Britain's upgraded Challenger 3 tank passes key trial stage. Britain's most powerful tank is getting closer to frontline service, with Rheinmetall BAE Systems Land confirming that Challenger 3 development trials are advancing through a series of battlefield mission serials that are testing the upgraded vehicle under conditions representative of real operational use. The tests confirmed by RBSL cover cross-country mobility, road running, gunnery equipment operation, and full crew drills, generating engineering data that feeds directly back into the development program ahead of the formal trial phases still to come. The Challenger 3 is not a new vehicle in the conventional sense. It is a comprehensive modernization of the Challenger 2, the main battle tank that has served the British Army since 1998 and saw combat in Iraq in 2003, where it earned a reputation for exceptional crew protection. Not a single Challenger 2 was lost to enemy fire during that conflict, a record that reflected the tank's formidable Chabum composite armor. What the Challenger 3 program addresses is the platform's firepower and digital integration areas where the Challenger 2 had fallen increasingly behind comparable tanks operated by NATO allies and potential adversaries alike. The most visible change is the replacement of the Challenger 2's rifled 120mm gun with a new smoothbore cannon firing standard NATO-compatible ammunition, ending a long-standing interoperability gap that had prevented British tanks from sharing ammunition with German Leopard 2s or American M1A2s in coalition operations. RBSL, the joint venture between Rheinmetall and BAE Systems created specifically to deliver the Challenger 3 program, has been working through a development sequence designed to validate every aspect of the upgraded platform before the British Army begins formal acceptance trials. The battlefield mission serials now underway represent what the company describes as an important stepping stone, providing hands-on learning that informs the engineering baseline in real time rather than waiting for problems to surface during formal evaluation. Nick, RBSL's program lead for verification, described the value of the current phase in terms that reflect how experienced defense engineers approach complex vehicle development. The current activity is generating exactly the kind of learning we want at this stage of the program. Every serial helps build understanding, improve processes, and strengthen confidence as we prepare for future formal trials, Nick said. The emphasis on learning and process refinement rather than pass-fail testing is deliberate. Formal trials operate under strict protocols where results feed directly into contractual decisions, which means surprises during that phase are costly and time-consuming. To resolve the battlefield mission serials happening now give the engineering team the opportunity to identify and address issues in a lower-stakes environment, improving instrumentation, validating trial methodologies, and building the procedural confidence that formal phases require. Crew drills tested during this phase ensure that the soldiers who will eventually operate the Challenger 3 in service have procedures that reflect how the vehicle actually behaves rather than how it was expected to behave on a drawing board. The Challenger 3 program covers an upgrade of 148 Challenger 2 tanks from the British Army's fleet, giving the service a modernized heavy armor capability that aligns with the wider transformation of land forces that NATO has been accelerating since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. That invasion fundamentally changed European governments' calculations about armored warfare, reversing years of assumptions that main battle tanks had been rendered obsolete by anti-tank guided missiles, and that European armies could afford to shrink their armored fleets. The reality of tank-and-tank combat, combined arms operations, and the continued value of heavy protected firepower in high-intensity conflict restored the political and military case for investing in capable main battle tanks, and the Challenger 3 program sits directly in that renewed strategic context. The digital backbone of the Challenger 3 is as significant as the new gun. The upgrade incorporates a fully integrated hunter-killer capability, allowing the commander and gunner to simultaneously engage different targets, a feature that modern peer competitors have fielded for years, but that the Challenger 2 lacked. A new fire control system with thermal imaging for both crew positions and a new commander's panoramic sight gives Challenger 3 crews the ability to detect, identify, and engage targets at ranges and in lighting conditions that the Challenger 2's older systems could not match. Connecting those capabilities to the British Army's wider digital command architecture allows the tank to share targeting information and receive data from other platforms in ways that were simply not possible on the legacy system. The mod stakeholders and industry partners that RBSL references as collaborators in the current trials bring a breadth of perspective to the development process that a single contractor working in isolation could not replicate. Getting soldiers, defense ministry officials, and engineers into the same evaluation environment simultaneously compresses the feedback loop between what the Army needs and what the engineering team delivers, reducing the risk that the final product solves problems on paper that no longer reflect operational reality.